Words of the Charter.
Otunnu held his interactive dialogue Wednesday, calling for sweeping reform and a restoration of what he described as the UN's moral authority.
I hope that my breadth and depth of experience, covering some 4 decades, covering all 3 pillars of the United Nations, meaning peace and security, on which I've worked in the Security Council as Under-Secretary General, but also when I was President of International Peace Academy, now IPI, my work on development and my work on human rights. Human rights, together with Prime Minister Dr. Ruakana Rugunda, we cut our teeth in the struggle against the rule of Idi Amin in Uganda. So all my adult life, I have been engaged in the promotion of human rights. So I hope that that breadth and depth of experience is what the UN needs today.
And Thursday, it was Ivonne A-Baki's turn to engage with member states. The Ecuadorian diplomat and former government minister was nominated by Tonga and becomes the 8th candidate in the race.
I had a conversation with someone who asked me, how would you manage the UN? My response, I don't intend to be a manager. A manager is someone who follows a mission statement. A leader is someone who follows a North Star. My North Star for this world body is not necessarily reform. It's renewal. Renewal of the promise of building peace and preventing war. Renewal of the promise to promote human dignity and social progress. And renewal of the vision that the UN can be the one body where nations of the world can work together to achieve more than nations working alone.
Friday's straw poll will also test whether the early frontrunners can maintain their momentum. The first straw poll, held in July, put Costa Rica's Rebecca Greenspan in the lead, followed by Guyana's Carolyn Rodriguez-Burkett and Argentina's Rafael Grossi, the head of the International Atomic Energy Agency. Our former Chilean President Michelle Bachelet, former Ecuadorian Foreign Minister Maria Fernanda Espinosa, and former Senegalese President Macky Sall. So there is a distinctly international field spanning Latin America, Africa and the Caribbean, and with several women in contention for a job that has been held exclusively by men since the United Nations was created. Put to Mr. Otunnu.
The United Nations should be a United Nations of inclusion. All aspects of inclusion, whether in terms of geography, gender, culture, faiths, all inclusion. It should be an inclusive institution. And all considerations along those lines should be taken into account. They are legitimate, they are important. But at the end of the day, it is for members of the Security Council and then the general membership of the UN, when they put everything on the weighing machine, they put everything to say, at this particular moment in the history of the UN and the world, this is what we think we need, this is what is a good fit.
Now shifts to Friday's closed-door ballot. The poll is non-binding and done in secret, but those results usually leak within hours. Its real purpose is to identify momentum and to expose the candidates who may struggle to build consensus. With 2 new candidates now entering the field, the question is whether they can disrupt the early lead enjoyed by Greenspan, Rodriguez-Burkett and Grossi, or whether the second poll begins to narrow the race around a smaller group of contenders. Ultimately, the Security Council will recommend one candidate to the 193-member General Assembly in the months ahead, with each permanent 5-member holding veto power over any selection. Shervin Brycepees, SABC News, New York.